Hello everyone, Nevyka here. Welcome to this next Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 2 episode. So we left off talking to Nicholas and we are collecting character notes and any items we may be missing. So we're not going to get to talk to everybody, just to those select few, that way we can save some time. Next person up is Clara. Extenuating circumstances have led me to opening an exhibit in Heimdall. More specifically, our club advisor took the liberty of showing off the piece I made during the war to everyone she could. Now I've got people saying they want to become my sponsors or some garbage like that. Ugh, none of that matters to me. I just wish they'd shut up and let me work. Well, I suppose it's not all bad. They are offering me an awful lot of money, apparently. I can use that to set up my own atelier away from everyone who would try to talk to me and distract me from my work. I am Clara. Just leave me alone, let me work. Next up is Master Vincent, who is in the rooftops. What does his lordship have to say? It's nearly time for me to bow out of my academic career. Have the preparations been made for my return to my family's lands, Serifa? Of course, everything's arranged for you to start managing them from the moment you arrive. I have also finished networking with all of the other second years so that you may remain in contact with them. Ha! Splendid! All is well then. With the Empire as it stands, it is more imperative than ever that we fresh young graduates stay connected. And what better contact for maintaining those connections than Vincent Florald, noble and patriot? I can feel the inspiration from here, Master Vincent. My remaining time at this academy shall be as sad and beautiful as this sunset sky. Nary a dry eye will be seen in these halls. While my responsibilities in administering the Florald family lands and unifying the graduating second years will deny this fine institution my presence, I shall live on in the memories of my dear sister and the hearts of the fair, beautiful maidens of this academy. I apologize for interrupting what is clearly a deeply emotional moment for you, but I can see Lady Margarita's imminent approach. Serifa, we must flee at once. Tonight will be spent on the lamb of the cafe in Trista. From where did Margarita get the notion that we were engaged in the first place? I said nothing of the sort. I'm afraid that if we continue on this track, she will one day turn up on my doorstep wearing a bridal gown. No! Perish the very thought. I think she's the only girl into you, Vincent. I'm sorry. You can't be picky. Next is Ferris, who is at the student union. See what his sister's up to. Ooh, chit-chatting with the girlies. I have been appointed the new captain of the Academy's lacrosse club. I swear on my name as a Florald, I will do a stellar job in fulfilling the numerous duties that come with the title. Though perhaps bringing my rivalry with Alyssa to its conclusion by the end of the month will take precedent for now. Moving on to the next issue. What should be done about inviting new members to the club next month? Look at her, hard at work. Next is Emily, who is right here. Oh yeah, I'll be passing the second year training regimen down to you tomorrow. It's crazy hard, but you're ready for it, aren't you? Give me a hell yeah. Hell, of course. Ah, she couldn't bring it. Come on, Ferris. Ferris has been working really hard to take up the role of captain now that we're leaving. Huh, we might have hit a rough patch or two along the way, but it's good to know I can graduate worry-free now. Next is Teresia. Oh, who's all the ladies here, I guess. The Imperial Army will be establishing a major new air fleet soon, you know. So Emily and I are going to sign up. You can imagine how well Father took the news, but we managed to talk him around to the idea. Hopefully Emily is already fired up at the thought of being an officer like Captain Claire one day. That's awesome. Let's see, next up we have Fidelio, who is in upstairs. Oh wait, since we're here, what do you got? Oh, first let's exchange. Because we got a lot to exchange. Buy. There you go. See, we don't have this. Thank you. Okay, Fidelia's in the photography club, of course. So let's go talk to him. Rex and I sent in some of our war photos to the Imperial Chronicle, and they really loved them. We even received special recognition during the last Pulitzer Prize ceremony. That in turn led a man named Norton to offer me a job at the Chronicle, which I graciously accepted. I plan to use that position to spread the truth to as many people as possible. That's awesome. Super happy for you. Let's see, next up we got Paula, who is at the Academy Field. Ooh, with uses. I've been chosen as the next writing club captain. I can't help but feel like Eustace would be the right person for the job, though. Still, it's my responsibility now, so I'm gonna do an even better job than he would. You go, girl. You can do it. Next is Lambert, who is right over here. I have my heart set on joining the Imperial Cavalry after graduation. We live in rapidly changing times, but that only makes it more important to me to chart Erebonia's path as both a noble and a soldier. Besides, this provides me an opportunity to put my Thors education to good use, the lessons I learned from the Civil War too. Why did I come to this conclusion, you ask? I suppose it was Eustace's influence, and that of a dearly departed fellow second year. Aw, that was nice. That was nice of Lambert to say. I like that a lot. Okay, next is Alan in the Gymnasium. Looks like I'm finally able to go toe-to-toe with Patrick. Guess I've got all of Bridget's support over the year to thank for that. But these aren't my laurels to rest on. A good boyfriend aims higher to make sure that he can always keep his girlfriend safe. I'd never be able to fight Patrick on equal terms without Bridget there supporting me from the start. Can't deny that going out with her has got me feeling pretty good. I'm practically bursting with confidence. God damn it, Alan. Control yourself. You can't say that kind of stuff out loud in the middle of club practice. No worries. I get where you're coming from. That's right. Emma better be making you feel like that, Rean. Good for Alan. I'm glad that they're dating. Okay, next is Friedel, who is right here. Instead of going home once I graduate, I plan on going on a little journey. I've weighed all of my options, and this one stood well above the rest. I'm curious to see how far my swordsmanship can take me, so if nothing else, it should be a very interesting experiment. I decided to ask Loggins to join me as well, so let's see how he replies. All that aside, both Alan and Patrick have improved significantly. I haven't yet decided who should be the next club captain, but maybe there doesn't need to be one to start. Having them compete on a regular basis and transferring the captain title to whoever has the most wins might work too. That is a neato idea. And last but not least... Oh no, let's go to these other places that have story.
Oh.
Hey there, Rean.
Looks like someone's done with class for the day.
Yep, just got out. Wait, is that?
Yep, Angie's brand new bike.
We started building it for you, but then we had a change of heart. I just couldn't tear you away from your current ride after you'd grown so attached.
Now I feel bad, considering I pretty much did just that to you. Your new one's got a pretty cool design, though.
Don't get too jealous. The specs are pretty much the same as yours. Well, before Angie tunes it up and adds her custom gear for distance riding, that is.
But distance riding would mean... You're planning on going off on some big journey, aren't you?
10 points to Rean. I just felt like it was time for me to go out and see the world for myself. My martial arts teacher did the same thing once, so I'm sure it'll be a valuable experience for me. The plan for now is to travel through the entirety of Zemuria.
That's not a very specific plan, and a pretty sizable journey.
can say that again. I have no idea where she finds the energy.
Oh, really now? Your plan to visit the continent's most famous engineering factories is pretty much exactly the same thing.
You really think so?
I take it you'll be leaving Erebonia for a while too, George?
Seems that way.
First stop's the Burl and ZCF.
Always wanted to see it. After that, I got my heart set on a trip to the Epstein Foundation over in Lamont State. While I'm at it, I think it'd be nice to pay a visit to the Verne Company in Calvert, too.
Will you even be able to get into Calvert at this point?
Hey, I didn't say it'd be easy, but I think I can pull some strings. The real reason for this trip is to figure out what I can do as an engineer to help smooth over our international relations. Meeting the continent's finest engineers and discussing things with them should really help get the ball rolling on that.
You've thought that far ahead. That's really admirable. I hope you can find a way to make that happen. Even though I feel kind of hypocritical saying that, as someone who participated in the war.
Don't beat yourself up over it, Rean.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. That was your only option, given the way the Chancellor set things up. Your actions actually helped us avoid an even longer, more brutal war.
But
Angie's right. You played a role that no one else could have. Just think. If things kept going the way they were going, we could have been at war with all of Crosspell. I don't even want to imagine the number of lives that would have been lost if you hadn't stepped in the way you did.
Of course, us telling you whether or not you should feel guilty doesn't matter. It all comes down to you facing your own feelings over what you did. But there's one thing we'd like you to remember as you do. You're not alone, Rean. You've got friends who understand why you did what you did.
sometimes I wonder how I was lucky enough to get such good ones. Thanks, you guys. This really helps.
Don't mention it. On a completely different note, why don't you pay Valimar a visit while you're here? We spared no expense making sure he'd be nice and cozy in there.
I think I will. But not to discredit your coziness efforts or anything, but he seems fine no matter where I leave him.
Well, aren't you a sweet chevalier? Maybe I'll check in on him in a bit too.
Maybe we should.
Hey, Valimar. How you holding up?
Relatively comfortably. My ability to self-repair means that maintenance is not mandatory, but I expect it will increase my operating efficiency.
Glad to hear it. This is going to be our new home base for the time being, so you can get in as much maintenance as you need. I'm gonna need you a lot in the days ahead, Valimar.
I will strive to meet your expectations.
Something wrong?
Not as such. I thought I sensed something unusual, but it must have been my imagination.
You really are getting to be scarily human these days, you know? What was it you sensed, though? A person?
I am unsure. It may have simply been a fluctuation in the earth planes below us. Similar fluctuations are hardly abnormal.
Well, if you don't think it's anything worth worrying about, I'll try and put it out of my mind. If you sense anything strange in the future, though, let me know, okay? You can tell me... telepathically was the word, right?
Indeed. I shall use it to inform you should I sense anything is amiss.
Be at ease, Rean. I shall inform you of impending danger should anything be amiss. This is an ideal opportunity for you to rest and recover from your missions. Use it as you see fit. Time is a valuable thing which cannot be reversed. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, I'll try and take it easy. You needn't thank me. He is such a sweetie. I can't say it enough. Valimar is the bestest friend anyone can have. Okay, I forgot to talk to Instructor Makarov, so let's do that really quick. Do you know how tough it is to do these special lessons for you kids? Got more than enough on my hands with just one set of lessons, but you guys just had to have your own, didn't you? I'm sure it's a ton of work. We really can't thank you enough for doing all of this for us. Whatever. Yeah, my current workload's a headache, but I'm sure it'll be upgraded to a migraine when next year rolls around. Due in no small part to that damn building over there. What, the old schoolhouse? Oh. The one that's supposed to house Valimar and all those soldats? The Imperial Army asked the Academy to build it, didn't they? Yeah, asked isn't really the right word though, and it's not the first time. They made us take those combat shows too. They even made me help with it since I worked on that Tachi. Just finished it up a few days before you came back from Crossbill. I didn't know that. They haven't given us any soldats to put in there yet, but it's probably just a matter of time. I bet they're gonna be as common on the battlefield as tanks soon enough. Yeah, it's kind of scary to think how much has changed in Erebonia already since the end of the war. And this is probably only the beginning. Well, that's life. Nothing stays the same forever. Just don't spend so much time worrying about the future that you forget about what's happening in your life right now. Basically, don't freak out about the future of Erebonia when you've got your own to deal with, like next week's test. I'll be sure to study extra hard for this one. Honestly, you'd be better off if you didn't sweat what's to come. You're a student, act like it. Your biggest worry should be the test next week. Today's material's gonna be on it too, so you might as well start studying. And we also have the principal, who is this away. If it isn't Rean Schwarzer, allow me to give you my belated congratulations on your incredible work over in Crossbill. Though it does break my heart that such a heavy burden should fall to a student such as yourself. Don't feel bad, sir. I was the one who chose to accept the Crossbill and government's request, after all. Besides, it wouldn't do me any good to run away from this. The role I've been given is difficult, but I'll see it through to the end. I ended up meeting some interesting people over there too. I have no regrets. Then I shall only say one more thing. I'm sure your days ahead will be full of hardships. Be sure not to lose sight of yourself as you face them. This is all the advice I can give you. Thank you, sir. General Van Dyke was my superior back when I was in the army. As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. Is something wrong, Schwarzer? No, sir, not at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Principal Van Dyke knew something. But now's not the time to start asking. Why not? I'm sure that many hardships lie in store for you, but never lose sight of yourself as you struggle to overcome them. Alright. Okay, next up, we got... Who? I believe that's it. Just Tutoa, who should be in the student union up here. Toa handing over all her work to the rest of the student council should be ending today, so I'm guessing she's still here. There's definitely someone in there, but there's no response. Oh, I know. Oh, she's sleeping, isn't she? Excuse me, I'm coming in. We always catch her sleeping.
Yep, I knew it. No wonder she fell asleep. She must have been really busy getting everything sorted out for the spring. Makes me remember finding her like this over in the computer room. Oh, right. I probably shouldn't look too much or she'll get mad when she wakes up.
Angie, George. Crow. Rean? What are you doing in my room? Wait. This is the student council room. I must have fallen asleep.
Sorry for coming in without permission. I did knock, though.
Don't worry about it. It's my fault for dozing off like this. Why do you always have to keep finding me like that? I hope you weren't looking at me while I was sleeping again.
I did try to look as little as possible.
Well, if you say so. Is something the matter? You're not looking too well.
No, I'm fine. Maybe the light streaming in through the window is making me look off color? I feel fine, really.
Come with me.
What's this all about?
I know that you're a boy and all, and I do think that you've grown a lot during your year here. No, I probably shouldn't even call you a boy anymore. But that doesn't mean you always have to stand and endure everything life throws your way. Okay? If it gets too much, it's alright to sit down and let it all out. Whether you're a boy or a grown man doesn't change that. It's okay, Rean.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I promised I'd bring him back. I promised I'd make him graduate with you, but I couldn't do it.
It's okay. You did everything you could. You made sure he knew how we all felt. And you let all of us know how he really felt too. So, don't get so worked up about it. Okay?
I'm sorry. I didn't want anyone to see me like that.
Well, I guess we're even then. Not like I jump for joy every time you catch me sleeping.
Have you finished getting everything ready for the next student council now, by the way?
Yep. My days of being president are almost done. The first years taking over are really smart, though. I barely had to teach a thing in the end.
Still, it must have been hard work getting through it all. You're going on a tour of various NGOs after graduation, right?
Yep. The plan's to take a year to visit NGOs in lots of different fields. Politics, economics, engineering, medicine. After that, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'll probably join either the army or something related to the government, I suppose.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'd both love to have you. There's no chance either one would say no to you. Especially since taking a year off hasn't made them any less determined to recruit you. After all you did with commanding the courageous, it's no wonder you're so in demand.
I don't know. I don't think I did anything special, really. Still, I feel like it'd be best in the long run for me to see the world from a variety of different perspectives. I don't know what path I'll choose, but I want to step onto it with a firm decision on how things should be. I think that's the best thing I can do for this country's future. Maybe I'm being a little overdramatic there, though.
Not at all. After how much you've done for this academy, I can only imagine how much you could do for this country. Just try not to overwork yourself, okay? We're with you all the way, but we will always worry, you know?
Thanks. Oh, I almost forgot. What was it that made you come here? I mean, I'm happy you did, but...
Oh, I'd completely forgotten too. I just came to ask if there was anything I could do to help tomorrow, seeing as it's another free day.
But you've only just come back. And besides, tomorrow's your...
That's all the more reason I want to spend tomorrow's free day the same way I spent all of the others. It wouldn't feel like our final free day is Class 7 if it were any different.
Well, if you say so. Okay, I do have a few things in mind, so I'll just drop them into your mailbox in the dorm like I always do. And thanks for offering.
Rean. By the way, that was a very sweet conversation with Toa. Very moving, especially when Rean breaks down about Crow. I really like that. Hey guys, didn't expect to run into you. Yeah, crazy coincidence, huh?
Are you heading back to the dormitory too?
That was the idea. Why don't we all head back together then?
It's nice seeing the flowers as they start to bloom.
Yeah, I know you said earlier they'd be in full bloom in a week, but I'm thinking it'll be closer to the end of the month personally.
Just in time for the welcoming ceremony. The new students will be able to begin their academic lives here surrounded by lino flowers just as we did. How wonderful. You've all known each other since your first day here, right?
That's right, nobody else started part way through the year like you did. But back then I never could have imagined we'd get along this well. We got off to kind of a rocky start. You're telling me, especially Machias and Uses. For what it's worth, I do regret the way I behaved back then. It's not exactly something I'm terribly proud of. Oh, think nothing of it. Immaturity makes fools of even the best of us at times. Thanks, Hold on! What's with that expression? You weren't exactly standing on the moral high ground either. I wouldn't have had as much of a reason to behave the way I did if you hadn't kept looking down your nose at me. Did you not hear me say the best of us?
It was hell on all of us at the time, but it's all just a fond memory now.
I suppose the same could be said about your and Rean's little incident at the start of the year, couldn't it?
Just had to bring that up, didn't you?
Should have seen this coming.
Ooh, little incidents are my favorite. Tell me. Well, don't you dare! She's the last person who needs to know.
Our first day really was full of surprises. Yeah, I can't imagine too many teachers welcoming their students by dropping them through a hole in the floor. Good times.
Even without having to fight a gargoyle on the way out, that's a pretty memorable start to a school year.
That gargoyle proved to be quite the opponent, too. I'll say, and when we finally managed to pull together and defeat it, she just casually drops in like nothing happened.
It's like she was lying in wait the whole time, watching and waiting for her chance to strike. That's exactly what she was doing.
Still, as exhausting and unusual as it was, that was how our class began. Pretty sure it's burned into all of our memories at this point. How could it not be?
I have no doubt about that. Even so, I'm sure it's one of the memories that I'll cherish decades into the future. Aw, now you've got me all jealous. Now it's my turn to do something crazy and make some super memorable memories too.
Don't you dare. I dread to imagine what she's thinking when she says something crazy. On a hopefully unrelated note, what are we gonna do for dinner tonight? I'd only planned on getting something over at Kirsch's, but if anyone has any better ideas.
I think it may be a good idea to make something for ourselves. If we divide up the work between us, I'm sure our meal will have quite a bit of variety too. That does sound nice. My cooking skills were in danger of getting rusty too.
No objections here. Well, unless anyone has what they need already, I think it's time to split up. We've probably got a lot to buy, so...
That won't be necessary.
Huh?
Sharon?
What reason could you possibly have for being here? The chairman gave me her permission to return to my former position as your dormitory's caretaker, which means I am here to serve you all once more. There may only be a short time left until the end of the year, but I'll make sure you want for nothing during it. I've already started preparing your evening meal, so there's no need to go out and buy anything.
Oh, well, how about that?
I'm fine with this.
We will gladly accept your offer.
Sharon's cooking's better than whatever grub we could rustle up together anyway.
How do you manage to get permission from Mother in the first place, though? Weren't you helping to rebuild the Rhineford group? I thought the company was getting so many orders in, it was struggling to keep up. Now that Master Gwyn has returned to the company, everything is back in order. He and the chairman have been speeding through one task after another since he got back.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So the former and current chairman make quite a team, I see.
Boy, I'm starving. Wouldn't mind a drink either. With the weather getting warmer, it's just about time for peak beer season. Huh? What are you guys all gathered out here for?
Oh, why are you here? It's a pleasure to see you too, Lady Sarah. I brought a bountiful supply of smoked oysters and sardines if you'd like a snack to accompany your beer.
Oh, Sharon's good. She's good.
Would you like them alongside your dinner?
Damn it. Yes.
I'm surprised she can just walk around in public like this. You know, considering her affiliation.
I'm guessing there's some sort of agreement in place between Rhineford and the government to leave her alone. Though, even if there weren't, I can't imagine anything would be able to stop Sharon from doing what she wants.
Of course not. She's the severing chains. If she wants to cook a meal for us, you let her cook the meal. No one stops Sharon.
Whew. I think I might have eaten too much. It's been so long since we last had Sharon's cooking. She hasn't lost her touch. None of it feels heavy on my stomach at all. Well, that's all my work done for the day. Maybe I should go see how everyone else is doing.
Alright. This is a good place to end this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. In the next one, we'll be talking to all of Class 7. Finally get their thoughts on everything that's going on. So, if you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like, comment below your thoughts, and share with your friends, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes into the series. Until the next one, you guys take a lot of care. Jenny!